Hi, good afternoon. Today we're going to do our craft, and it's a holiday themed craft. We're going to be decorating some wooden Easter eggs that we will give you in your kit, in the kits to go. So right here we have some wooden eggs. When you get them, they'll look like this, just plain wood egg. No decoration on it at all. So here are some eggs that you can either just leave them one color like this with some little splashes of other colors on them. This is like a lilac color. Here's another lilac one that was with some blue. Or you can marble them. So today I'm going to show you how to marble them. It's a pretty good view of it. You get an all-around view of the marbled egg. And it's pretty easy. It's a little bit messy. So here's how you do it. Let's get started. We'll give you some paints along with the wooden eggs. And to get started, first thing you want to do is paint an egg a solid color. So I took that step already because it has to dry. So I painted one. I don't know if you can tell the color. This one is a pale, it's white with some pale yellow on it. So because when we do the marbling, we want the marbled colors to stand out, I'm not going to use yellow so much, but I will use some other colors that will really stand out on the white and the yellow. So the colors I will use will be pink. I'm just going to pour like a line of pink paint. And green. And really, you don't even have to pour a line. I'm just going to dot it like that. It's like a little blob. And blue. I'm going to do like a blob of blue. It's maybe a little bit more of a blob, but that's okay. So now here is my whitish yellowish egg. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start and just lie it on its side like this, place it on its side, and then I'm just going to roll it. So that's the first pass. And then the second pass, I'm going to take a spoon because now it's very icky, and paint it up, twirl it around, just move it along those colors, and now we have a marbled look. So this is what it looks like right now. It's a marbled egg, and I think I'm going to add some contrast to it, so I will add some white. I just rolled it around a little bit more. It's very messy, so make sure you have some towels, paper towels, to wipe off your fingers as you're working with this. So let's see, I have my egg now that is mainly shades of pink, blue, and green, and I wanted to add a little contrast, so I'm going to add some white to it. And the way I do that, I just open my little pot of white paint, and I'm just going to drip it on. You just start dripping on here. And then you have to turn it over to get the white drips on the rest of it on the other side. And now roll it a little bit to get that white drippy part blended in. So I can't pick it up because it's all wet, but hopefully you can see now that it's a marbled white egg. I mean, white, blue, red, and pink. Now I'm going to put this to dry on this foil tray, because if you leave it on the paper plate, it's going to stick. So when you dry your creations, you have to leave it on foil, because otherwise it will stick. So I'm going to now do another marbled egg, and this one I'll start with a purple egg. I don't know how well you can see the color, but this is like a lilac purple. So because this is purple, I'm not going to need to use any purple for the marbling colors. So what I would like to use is white. Put my line of white paint. Yellow. Just a little blob of yellow. And pink. Just make another little blob of pink. Then I take my already painted purple and dried egg and just start rolling it. Then twist it around. have our marbled egg. So here you can see, I don't know how easy it is for you to see this, but you can see the design that was made as you twisted this around. So now I'm just going to roll it around a little bit more. The top of the egg and the bottom is still kind of purple. And place it on this tray, the foil tray, for it to dry. So here you can see 2 of our marbled eggs. These are wooden eggs, of course, not for eating, just for decoration. And you have a pretty blue one, and a pretty yellow, pink, white, and some purple. So now I have some wooden eggs that are plain and don't have anything on them, and they have not been painted. So I'm just going to take the paint that's on my fingers already and just smush them all over this egg right here that hasn't had, it's unfinished, it's unpainted, it hasn't had anything on it. And I'm just going to use the paint that we had from the first egg that we did, that was blue and pink and purple, and just start moving that around. And now I'm going to transfer it onto the second color scheme that we used, the egg that we did that was white, yellow, and pink on the purple base. And I'm just going to start moving that around, twisting it around like that. Getting it on the top, both the top and the bottom. And so you get, this one really has all the colors that we used today. You get a really neat look. So here's what this one looks like. Oh, it's really slippery. It's probably better if you use gloves. I'm not using gloves today, but it's probably better if you use gloves. I was using gloves earlier when I was prepping, but I took them off. But in order to be able to hold on to these slippery eggs, it's probably better if you do use them. So I'm also going to place this on the drying tray. And now I'm going to take one that was a yellow one, and I'm just going to splotch it with other colors. So this is yellow. I guess we could try splotching it with blue. I'm picking up some blue paint. Picking up some blue paint again off this one that we had used to marble the other eggs, and now I'm just going to splotch it. You could use a paintbrush, or you could use a sponge, or you could use one of these kind of spongy paint applicators. I like actual household sponges. They give a nice textured effect. And now I'm going to use some white. There's still a nice area of untouched white paint here on this paper plate, and I'm just going to dot with white because that's the contrast color all over this egg that has already been splotched with light blue. So you get kind of a speckled look. And then with the part of the brush that doesn't have any wet paint, I'm going to dip into this yellow here that's also kind of untouched. And just, this will be the final color of splotching. So with splotching, I like to keep it to just 3 colors. This is what I used, yellow, white, and blue on this one. So it ends up being a nice mottled kind of look. And these are very decorative, and they last forever. If you want, you can finish them with some kind of clear varnish or that you could get in an art store or a hobby store. So this is the one that's more of a mottled look. It has 3 colors, white, yellow, and blue. I don't know how well you can see the colors, but this has a different look than the marbled, which right now I can't pick up because it's dripping wet. But I will put this down to dry as well. And you can see this is the first one we did, the blue one, with white, pink, purple. And I think it was on a yellow base because I do see some yellow in there still. This is a purple base, and we used white, pink, and yellow. This is the one that had not been painted, it had not been pre-painted, and we just took a wooden egg and we took the 2 prior marbling paper plates and just rolled them around. We used that and this. We used 2 different marbling paper plates. So this has like 6 colors. And then this is the one that we hand splotched that has white, yellow, and blue only. So in the end, they're going to go into our basket. I can't put them in now, obviously they're very wet, and they will add to our little display of great Easter eggs. And of course, when Easter comes, the Easter Bunny's going to come and add little candies and whatnot to make the basket complete. So that's our project for today. Here's a dried marbled one. And we'll see you in a couple weeks. So everybody have a great Easter. And we'll see you in a couple weeks.